What's going on, Cuddies? It's Scuzz Gaming here, and I'm actually so fucking pissed off right now. I had to go through the biggest load of bullshit in my Spanish class today. She passes back our tests, and I see what I got on my test. She marks me down because or Diaz with an E. Last time I goddamn checked, Diaz was spelled with an E. She circles the letter, right? It says E. She crosses it out and she writes E. What? What? What do you... No? I said no. And she goes, you must be mistaken. You wrote an A. I was like, no, I didn't. She goes, yes, you did. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Because you're me. You would know I wrote an A, right? Like, she went off about all the new rules or whatever. How she tries to be as fair as possible, and I was just like in my seat going, yeah, that's not true. Not only are you not fair, but you're also a liar. You know, I said last video she like screwed me over, and she gave me a D instead of a B because I didn't put my J under the line. It actually pisses me off so much because I didn't do anything wrong, and I still get a D nonetheless. I got a B on this one, which was nicer, and like mark me down on the stupidest stuff. It's like really retarded. But so we moved table groups, right? And she puts me in a group with this group of kids. You know those group of kids that everyone fucking hates because they think they're better than everyone else? Yeah, I got grouped with 3 of them, and I'm actually so pissed off because they looked at me and they made fun of me because I got a B on my test and they all got A's. Because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I got my test back and I was like, hey, I got a B, it's pretty nice. They all look at me like I'm some disgusting creature, and they're like, but you got a B. And I was like, yeah, a B's pretty good. And they're like, no, I consider it bad. I'm good because I got 100%, and I was like, good for you. I don't remember actually fucking asking you what you got. We get these points for doing our homework and stuff, and they look at me and they're like, you better do your homework. And I was like, bro, I do my homework every day. What are you talking about? And they're like, well, judging by your test scores, it shows. I was like, I'm gonna have to stop you right there because I give 0 fucks about what you just said. And then she just looked at me, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna zone you out because I don't like you. And then I looked at all my table groups and I was like, okay, I'm gonna lay down the line. I hate all of you, and I'm not gonna cooperate with you. You understand me? I'm just gonna wait this out for the next 3 weeks. As long as we don't have any conversations, we'll be Gucci. And they all kind of just like shook their heads, and I was like, yeah, all right. But it was just Spanish class keeps getting worse and worse. Like, it's honestly like, so retarded. Oh yeah, she's talking about like how people came in and like tried to figure out their grades and whatever, and she said like this was I'm going off on the fair thing she was talking about. She looks at me and she goes, some people were confused on what they got on the test and why they're wrong. And she looks right at me, and then she just like kind of like chuckles, and I was like, what the hell are you chuckling about? And she was like, well, you know how you came in and you're mistaken on your score. I was like, no, actually, I wasn't mistaken. Actually, you graded me incorrectly. So, actually, you should go back in the gradebook and change my score. How about that? She goes, not this time. And I was going on the points thing. She was talking about, like, we get table group points. And I asked her a simple question on what I can use the points for. And she goes off on me. Like, she goes, some kids sometimes use the points for a free homework assignment. And I was like, how about points off of a quiz or a test? And she goes, I think not. And I was like, oh, okay, alright, it's not that big of a deal. And she goes, it is. You kids think you can just slide through my class, thinking you can get an A without even trying. And I was like, Jesus, calm down. I was just asking a simple question. She goes, no. And she looks at everyone, she goes, this is an example of a child who doesn't do their work correctly. And I was like, whoa, alright, calm down now. There's no reason to go to that level. And she just started going off on me. I was just so mad. And she has that smile on her face too, like she did nothing wrong. And 5 minutes later, she'll just be like, she didn't even apologize. She just walks up to me and she goes, "It got a little heated, didn't it?" And I was like, the only heatedness that happened was you going off, like for no reason. All I do was ask you a simple question. He goes, "But you understand where I'm coming from, right?" And I was like, "No, not really." And then she just kind of looked at me and just walked away.